My sister just signed up for a $700 monthly car payment with absolutely zero income. Not a reduced income, not a side hustle bringing in a few $100, literally nothing coming in. And here's the kicker, she had maybe 3 months of savings to cover it before the whole thing implodes. I watched this happen in real time, and it's the exact same mistake I see 20-somethings making everywhere. You land that first real paycheck, or you get a tax refund, or maybe your parents help you out, and suddenly you're shopping like you've already made it. But that car payment doesn't care about your optimism. It's due every single month whether you have a job or not. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly why smart people make catastrophically dumb money decisions, how to recognize when you're throwing good money after bad, and the simple rule that could have saved my sister from this mess. But first, let's talk about why our brains are basically wired to self-destruct when it comes to money. Here's what actually happened in her brain, and I see this pattern everywhere. It's called anticipation spending, and it's when you make financial decisions based on your future income instead of your current reality. She got that job offer on a Tuesday, felt like $1 million, and by Friday she was signing papers at the dealership. The celebration happened before the paycheck even existed. Look, I get it. When you land something big, your brain immediately starts spending that money. But here's the math that nobody wants to do in that moment. A $700 car payment requires about $2,800 in gross monthly income just to keep that payment under the recommended 25% threshold. That's assuming you have zero other debt and an emergency fund already sitting there. She was making exactly $0 when she bought this car. The dealership didn't care because they could see her offer letter, but that offer letter wasn't cash in the bank. This is lifestyle inflation on steroids, except it's happening before the lifestyle even starts. I had a friend do something similar at 24. Got a consulting job paying $65,000, immediately moved into a $1,850 apartment before his first day. 3 months later, the company had layoffs and he was gone. Last hired, first fired. He was stuck in a lease he couldn't afford with a job he no longer had. The psychology here is wild because we're actually pretty smart people making these decisions. We can do the math. We know better. But that feeling of finally making it, of deserving something nice after grinding, it overrides everything else. The emotional high of the win makes us forget that jobs can disappear, emergencies happen, and future you might be really mad at present you. Which brings us to why she didn't just immediately return the car when reality hit. Here's what's actually happening in her head right now. She's already put down probably $1,500, maybe $2,000 on the down payment. She's signed papers. Her friends have seen Instagram stories of her in the driver's seat. And now her family is telling her to return it, and psychologically, that feels like admitting she screwed up in front of everyone. This is the sunk cost fallacy in action, and it's about to cost her way more than her pride. Let me show you the actual math that nobody wants to look at. If she keeps this car for 12 months with no job, that's 700 times 12, which equals $8,400 in payments alone. Add insurance for a 23-year-old with a newer car, that's probably another $200 a month, so $2,400 more. We're at $10,800 before gas and maintenance. But here's the nuclear option nobody talks about, when she inevitably misses payments in month 3 or 4 because the job hunt took longer than expected, her credit score craters. We're talking a 600 credit score that'll haunt her for 7 years. That destroyed credit means higher interest rates on everything, more apartment deposits, even some jobs won't hire her. I call this the financial denial matrix, where the cost of avoiding embarrassment today multiplies into tens of thousands in consequences tomorrow. The down payment she already spent? That money is gone whether she keeps the car or returns it. It's not coming back. But she can stop the bleeding right now, today, Or she can let pride turn a $2,000 mistake into a $15,000 disaster that follows her into her 30s. So what should she actually do in the next 72 hours to fix this? Okay, so here's what I wish someone had told the sister the second she lost that job. I call it the 72-hour financial reset rule, and it's basically emergency triage for your money. The moment you have a no-income shock, you've got 72 hours to audit every single non-essential expense over $200 a month. Not next week. Not when you feel ready. 72 hours. Why? Because after 3 days, you start rationalizing. You start telling yourself stories about why you need that gym membership or why the car payment is actually fine. So let's run this for the sister. That $700 car payment is obviously the biggest target. She's got 3 realistic exit strategies here, and this isn't financial advice, just what I'd personally consider. Option 1, return the car if she's still in that return window. Some dealerships give you 3 to 7 days. Take the L on whatever fees, swallow your pride, done. Option 2, trade down immediately. Sell or return that car and get something used for $300 a month, or better yet, $200. Cut that expense in half while you're in crisis mode. Option 3, she's got 72 hours to secure income fast, anything, even if it's delivering food or freelancing, just to cover that payment while she finds something real. Here's the dignity versus dollars reframe that matters. There is zero shame in downsizing during a crisis. Your 24-year-old self driving a cheaper car is infinitely more dignified than your 25-year-old self with repossession on your credit report and your parents' retirement fund drained by $8,400. The car doesn't care about your feelings. The bank definitely doesn't. So now that we've covered the emergency plan, let's pull all of this together and talk about what you actually need to check in your own life right now. Let's bring it home. 3 mindset shifts that'll save you from your own $700 a month mistake. 1. Spend based on what's in your account right now, not the job offer you're waiting on or the promotion that might happen. 2. When circumstances change, cut your losses immediately. That car payment isn't going to get easier just because you've already made 3 payments. And 3. Your ego is not your bank account. Returning something or selling at a loss doesn't make you a failure, it makes you someone who adapts. Now here's your homework, scroll through your last 3 months of purchases and find your celebration buy. The thing you got because you felt like you deserved it or because good news was coming. Drop it in the comments, I'll read every single one. And if you want more reality checks for navigating money in your 20s and 30s when nobody's teaching us this stuff, hit subscribe. I'm breaking down real situations every week so we can all stop making expensive mistakes together. See you in the next one. What is the biggest silent money leak in your life?